My child, I know there were moments when life quieted your voice, when disappointment made you doubt yourself, when fear caused you to second-guess what you once knew with confidence. You stopped speaking freely. You started shrinking your thoughts. You learned to hold back instead of standing firm. But listen closely now. I never took your confidence from you. I protected it. And now I am restoring it gently, steadily, and fully. Your voice will rise again, not in fear, but in strength. My child, I know there were seasons when your voice grew quieter, not because you had nothing to say, but because life taught you to be careful. You spoke with confidence once. You expressed yourself freely. You trusted your instincts without hesitation. But then disappointment entered, misunderstanding followed, and rejection lingered longer than expected. And slowly, without realizing it, you began to soften your tone, shorten your words, and second-guess what you already knew was true. You didn't lose your voice. You protected it. You learned silence as a form of survival, not weakness. I saw every moment when you chose restraint over expression. I saw when you decided it was safer not to explain, easier not to speak up, less painful not to share fully. You learned that not everyone listens with understanding, and not every space is safe for your truth. So you adapted. You became observant. You measured your words. You kept parts of yourself guarded. And though it felt like shrinking, it was actually wisdom forming. You wondered at times if something inside you had dimmed. You questioned whether confidence had slipped away, whether boldness had faded, whether your voice would ever sound the same again. But hear me clearly, nothing essential was taken from you. What changed was not your strength, but your environment. And what you protected was not weakness, it was value. There were moments when you spoke honestly and were misunderstood. Moments when you stood firm and were challenged. Moments when you shared openly and were dismissed. Those experiences did not silence you. They taught you discernment. They taught you when to speak and when to wait. They taught you the power of timing. And though it cost you expression in the moment, it preserved your integrity for the future. My child, I never wanted you to feel like you had to hide. I never intended for you to doubt your worth or your voice. But I allowed the quiet because I was guarding you. There were seasons when speaking loudly would have cost you peace. There were times when explaining yourself would have drained your spirit. So I gave you silence, not as punishment, but as protection. You were not meant to stay quiet forever. The quiet was preparation. In those silent seasons, something important happened. You learned to listen, not just to others, but to yourself. You learned to hear my voice more clearly without the noise of external validation. You learned to trust your intuition without needing constant agreement. You learned to stand firm internally, even when you chose not to speak externally. That internal confidence is stronger than loud expression, and it cannot be shaken. You may feel now that your confidence is returning slowly, gently, not with force, but with assurance. That is because this restoration is not emotional, it is foundational. I am not restoring your voice to argue, to prove, or to defend. I am restoring it so you can speak from truth, wisdom, and peace. Your words will not come from fear anymore. They will come from alignment. There was a time when your confidence depended on approval. You felt strong when others affirmed you, and uncertain when they did not. But now, confidence is being rooted in identity rather than reaction. You no longer need permission to be who you are. You no longer need validation to trust what you know. You no longer need applause to speak with authority. That shift did not happen overnight. It was formed quietly, intentionally. My child, do not mistake gentleness for weakness. Your voice may sound calmer now, but it carries more weight. Your presence may feel softer, but it is steadier. You no longer speak to fill space. You speak to bring clarity. You no longer react. You respond. You no longer rush. You discern. That is maturity, not loss. You are not behind in expression. You are refined. You are not hesitant. You are discerning. You are not shrinking. You are strengthening. There will be moments ahead when you feel the urge to speak again, not out of defense, but out of truth. And when you do, your words will land differently. They will carry peace. They will carry authority. They will carry wisdom. People will listen not because you are loud, but because you are grounded. I am restoring your confidence in layers. First, internally, then externally. First in how you think, then in how you speak. First in how you trust yourself, then in how you express yourself. This restoration is gentle because it is lasting. I am not rushing you back into old patterns of expression. I am guiding you into a new way of being heard. You will no longer feel the need to over-explain. You will no longer feel pressure to justify yourself. You will no longer fear being misunderstood the way you once did, because your confidence will not depend on how others receive your words. It will rest in knowing who you are. My child, the voice I am restoring is not the voice of survival. It is the voice of purpose. It is the voice that speaks with compassion without shrinking. It is the voice that sets boundaries without guilt. It is the voice that stands firm without aggression. And that voice has been within you all along, waiting for the right moment to rise again. That moment has begun. My child, as your confidence begins to rise again, I want you to understand what this restoration truly means. I am not taking you back to who you were before the hurt. I am not returning you to the version of you that spoke freely, but depended on approval. I am shaping something deeper, a voice that does not tremble when challenged, a confidence that does not collapse when misunderstood, a strength that remains steady even when silence is chosen. This is not the restoration of noise. This is the restoration of authority. There were times when speaking cost you more than staying quiet. You learned that not everyone listens with care, and not every truth is received with maturity. You learned that being honest sometimes invites resistance, and standing firm can feel lonely. And because of that, you learned restraint. You learned caution. You learned to weigh your words carefully. That was not fear. That was wisdom forming. But now, wisdom is no longer asking you to stay silent. It is teaching you how to speak without fear. You may notice moments when your heart wants to express something again, an opinion, a boundary, a truth. And instead of anxiety, there is calm. Instead of rehearsing every possible response, you feel clarity. Instead of shrinking, you feel grounded. That is the shift happening within you. Your voice is no longer trying to protect itself. It is standing on solid ground. My child, I am restoring your ability to trust your inner knowing. You doubted yourself for a while because you were questioned, corrected, or dismissed. You began to wonder if your instincts were flawed, if your perspective was wrong, if your truth was too much. But hear me clearly, your discernment was never broken. It was sharpened. You were not silenced because you were wrong. You were quieted because you were learning. I am teaching you now that you do not have to speak loudly to be heard. Authority does not shout. Confidence does not argue. Truth does not need to defend itself endlessly. When you speak from alignment, your words will land with weight, not because they are forceful, but because they are rooted. You will begin to notice that your communication changes. You will choose words more intentionally. You will speak less impulsively and more purposefully. You will feel less need to explain yourself and more comfort letting your actions speak. This is not loss. This is refinement. There will be moments when silence still feels right, not because you are afraid, but because discernment tells you to wait. And there will be moments when speaking feels necessary, not to convince, but to clarify. You will no longer feel torn between expressing yourself and protecting your peace. Your voice and your peace will begin to work together instead of against each other. My child, confidence does not always feel bold. Sometimes it feels calm. Sometimes it feels unshaken. Sometimes it feels steady enough to remain quiet without resentment and speak without fear. That is the confidence I am restoring in you. You are learning that you do not owe everyone access to your thoughts. You are learning that boundaries are not rejection. You are learning that disagreement does not equal danger. And because of this learning, your voice will return stronger than before, not louder, but clearer. There are spaces ahead where your voice will matter deeply. Conversations that require wisdom. Decisions that require clarity. Moments where truth must be spoken gently but firmly. And you will not feel the old hesitation rise. You will not second-guess yourself the same way. You will trust what you carry inside. You may still remember how it felt to be dismissed or misunderstood, but those memories will no longer control you. They will inform you, not limit you. You will no longer shrink to avoid conflict. You will no longer speak just to keep peace. You will speak when it aligns with truth, and you will rest when it aligns with wisdom. My child, I am also restoring your confidence in who you are becoming. You are not here to fit into every space. You are not here to please every voice. You are not here to dilute your truth for comfort. You are here to live authentically, rooted, aware, and secure. You will not rush your words anymore. You will not fear being misunderstood the way you once did. You will not lose yourself trying to be heard, because your voice will no longer be something you fight to protect. It will be something you trust. This restoration is preparing you for what is next. The season ahead will require clarity. It will require discernment. It will require confidence that does not depend on approval. And you are becoming ready. Not suddenly, but steadily. Your voice is returning, not as it was, but as it was meant to be. My child, now that your confidence is being restored and your voice is rising again from a place of peace, I want you to know this clearly. You are standing on solid ground now. You are no longer speaking from fear of being misunderstood. You are no longer expressing yourself to gain approval. You are no longer holding back because of old wounds. What you speak from now on will come from clarity, wisdom, and truth that has been tested and refined. There was a time when speaking felt risky. You weighed every word, anticipating reactions, preparing for pushback, guarding yourself from disappointment. But those days shaped you, not to silence you, but to strengthen you. You learned discernment. You learned patience. You learned when to speak and when to wait. And now, those lessons have become a foundation beneath your feet. You will notice that when you speak now, your voice feels steady rather than strained. You will not rush your words. You will not feel the need to defend yourself endlessly. You will sense when something needs to be said, and when silence carries more wisdom. That balance is not accidental. It is maturity. My child, your confidence is no longer emotional. It is rooted. It does not rise and fall based on how others respond. It remains steady whether you are affirmed or challenged. This is because your confidence is now anchored in who you are, not how you are received. There will be moments ahead where your voice will bring clarity to confusion. Your words will calm tension. Your boundaries will protect peace, not just yours, but others as well. And you will not need to force authority. It will be felt naturally because it comes from alignment. You will also notice something else. You are no longer afraid of being seen. You are no longer shrinking to remain safe. You are no longer hiding your thoughts to avoid discomfort. You are present, grounded, and whole. You allow yourself to exist fully without apology. I want you to understand this deeply. Your voice matters, not because it is loud, but because it is true. When you speak from truth, you carry my wisdom with you. When you speak with love, you carry my presence. When you speak with peace, you reflect my heart. There will still be moments when silence feels right. Silence will no longer feel like fear. It will feel like strength. And when you choose to speak, it will no longer feel like risk. It will feel like alignment. You are stepping into a season where your words open doors rather than close them, where your expression brings healing rather than conflict, where your honesty builds connection rather than division. This does not mean everyone will agree with you, but it does mean you will remain steady regardless. My child, let go of the fear that your voice will be taken from you again. What has been restored is not fragile, it is established. You do not need to protect it the way you once did. You can trust yourself now. You can trust what rises within you. You will not over-explain. You will not over-apologize. You will not overthink every word. You will speak when it aligns. You will rest when it doesn't. And that balance will keep you grounded. Now, as your father, I speak gently over your life. May your words be guided by wisdom. May your thoughts remain clear and steady. May your confidence stay rooted in truth rather than reaction. May your voice carry peace wherever you go. May you never feel the need to shrink again. May you walk forward knowing you are seen, supported, and secure. I bless your expression, that it would be honest and kind. I bless your presence, that it would be calm and grounding. I bless your future, that it would welcome your voice. I bless your heart, that it would remain open and unafraid. You are safe to speak now. You are strong enough to be heard. You are grounded enough to stand firm. And the voice being restored in you will guide you into everything ahead. If this message resonated with you, comment. I will speak with confidence. Like this, if you felt strength rising while listening. Subscribe to God's Amen message so you never miss what God speaks next. Share this with someone who has been quiet for too long. Remind them their voice matters.